Hey guys, my name is Umair Khan and welcome to day 3 in pen testing Amazon Web Services. Let's get started. So if you remember, we have created one CloudGoat account in AWS and we have given it programmatic access. If you have not been through the previous videos, you must go through it. I have shown you the complete demo of how to do that. So now we are going to create the profile for that account in AWS CLI. So the command is as shown on the screen, AWS configure -- profile CloudGoat. Here you need to enter your access key and AWS secret access key. So just copy paste it. Don't try to remember it. It's not really important. I mean, not important in the sense of remembering, obviously. Otherwise, it's very important. That's what we are going to learn in this video. And let's create the CloudGoat first scenario that we are going to look into this series and how we are going to exploit it. So CloudGoat.py is going to create one vulnerable environment that we are going to exploit in this video. So this environment is going to be on Amazon Web Services. As you know, that's the topic of this series. So once you commit this command, CloudGoat.py create rollback and press enter. This is going to take some amount of time depending on your internet speed and the amount of resources that each scenario requires. Now you can see this scenario has created one start.txt file. So let's check what's in it. I'm going to copy this and using cat let's read it. So you can see we have some data related to a user. We have access key, we have secret key, we have the username. So you must find this funny, and this must have occurred to you that is it really practical that you find the access key and secret key just lying around? And trust me on this, it is really practical. If you are going to browse GitHub for this, you are going to find lots of access keys and secret keys of the AWS accounts that are just lying around. Okay, so make sure you have copied this data in a separate text file because we are going to need it. Now let's configure some other things. So we are going to configure profile with these credentials of Raynor as we did before with our CloudGoat credentials. So I'm going to give profile name lab1. Just copy paste the access keys. So that's the access key, and we are going to just copy it and paste it here. Do the exact same thing with the secret key. So in order to avoid mistakes, just copy and paste it. Do not try to write down. You can enter the any AWS region here and leave the default output format to none. So it's going to be JSON by default. Now let's check if this has been configured properly and this profile has been attached to the proper user, that is Raynor. So we can do it by the caller identity command, and you just need to follow this with me. So that's the user ID account, and that is the profile ARN, and you can see this this profile belongs to Raynor, and that is the entire username of the user, and that's the user ID again, account ID. So let's move on and check other few things. First, copy and paste this as well, as we are going to need it in future. So here we start enumerating, and we are going to see what policies we have, what roles we have, what groups we have listed, and we will eventually find one weakness that we are going to exploit to raise our privileges. So this command is going to list attached user policies. So we need a username here. So you must find that these commands are pretty lengthy, and as we move along with this session, they are going to get lengthier. But once you get hang of it, it's not that difficult. It is pretty simple, and you just have to type the first few alphabet and press tab. It is going to auto-complete the command for you. Just understand the structure. Once you have understood the structure, you are going to see that it is quite simple. So we can see the policy name is Raynor policy, and we have our policy ARN. So I'm again going to copy this and paste it in a notepad. So I'm taking notes since we are going to need this data in future. So I don't have to commit those commands again and again. And you should do the same thing, and it is a pretty good idea to do that. So let's check a few more things. AWS IAM get user profile lab1. So we can see that lab1 profile is attached to the username Raynor. You can see that in the second line, and we also have the user ID and then some other values. So let's just copy paste this again. It is always a good idea to make this a habit, even if you are doing it on other platform, even if you are doing web application pen testing or bug bounty or anything. It is always a good idea to take notes, because you don't know when you're gonna need that data. So we are going to check a few more things here. AWS IAM list user profile lab1. So it should be users. So we are going to see what users are listed under profile lab1. So lab1 is applicable to CloudGoat as well as Raynor. So CloudGoat, if you remember, it's the first user that we have created, and Raynor is created by CloudGoat itself. So again, copy paste the data to keep the record. And as you move along, you're going to see why it's useful. So AWS list groups. So let's see what groups we have under lab1. So there are no groups actually, since we have not configured any groups, and I suppose neither has CloudGoat configured any of the groups. So I'm going to copy this as well, because this is also a point to remember that we don't even have the groups. So again, copy it and paste it here, and you can also add a comment saying any description that will help you remember this in future, that what's exactly the data is about. Okay, now what we can check. Let's check for roles. So what roles are there under profile 1? Okay, my bad, it's roles. Okay, so we can see that we have multiple roles here. So there is trusted advisor. Let's copy this first, and okay, so let's enumerate this. So you can see effect allow, support.amazon.com. Here it's trustedadvisor.amazonaws.com. Okay, so I find this trusted advisor role pretty interesting. Let's check it. So that's there. So this is the service that is allowed under this role. AWS service role for trusted advisor. So let's see what else we have under this role. If we have, let's check if we have, if we find anything pretty interesting here. So AWS IAM list attached role policies, role name. So just copy paste the role name that is given here. AWS service role for trusted advisor and paste. Hyphen profile lab1, enter. Okay, so attach policies, policy name and policy ARN. So I'm just going to copy paste this if we find anything interesting related to this role in future. Currently I don't see anything that compels me to do anything with it. Let's see what else we can check. So let's check for policies, policy version. So this command, before checking the policy version, I'm going to check for a list of attached user policies. So we need the username for it. So there it is. So just copy paste this. So we are going to check the attached list of user policy for the user Raynor. Okay. So a policy can have different versions under it. So it is possible that you gave a permission to one user right now and you change it later for any reason. For maybe the user got promoted, maybe he got demoted, anything could be the reason, and you can change it. So you can save the list of version here. So let's check for the policy versions under this policy that we have just got. So just copy and paste this long string, Control Shift V or paste selection, hyphen profile lab1. So you can see we have got version 1, version 2, v3, v4 and v5. So there are 5 different versions of this policy. So I'm going to copy this and save it here. So this seems pretty hectic, but there are automated tools for it. We're going to see it in future. First, let us see what details these versions have. So we are going to get the policy ARN from here. Just copy and paste. So AWS IAM get policy version, policy ARN, and we need to give a version ID, version ID. So let's check for the version 1 first of all. And obviously give the lab profile name. Press enter. So you can see that in the actions section of this output, you can see the list of roles that are allowed. So IAM get list, and this one is pretty interesting. Set default policy version. So you can change the default policy version for this profile. So that is pretty interesting. If you're gonna have, if just imagine if you have a lower privilege or a higher privilege in the other version, and you can change, you can make that version as your default version. So you are gonna either escalate your privilege or demote your privilege, lower your privilege, if that's the correct terminology, I suppose. So let's see what we have and what permissions we have under other versions. So second, so here we have got list as 3 buckets, as 3 objects, and list all my buckets. Seems interesting. Let's check for version 3. Good lord. Effect deny action anything. So everything is denied under this version of this policy. Let's check version 4. Awesome. So you can see action anything allowed for anything, literally any resource. So any action is allowed on any resource. So this is pretty interesting and extremely powerful. So once we set this one as our default policy, we can do literally anything. So I'm going to, for a proof of concept, I'm going to try and create one user and see if we can create it under the current version of policy that we have. So AWS IAM create user hyphen username, the enigma hyphen profile, lab1, and access denied, obviously. So this works correctly. Now let's change the policy, default policy version to version 4, and see if we are able to escalate our privileges. So AWS IAM set default policy version. So you can see that I just pressed the tab and it auto completed the entire command. Just copy paste the policy ARN. Hyphen version hyphen ID, and make sure you enter the correct version. So we are gonna make version 4 as our default policy version, hyphen profile lab1, and press enter, and boom, it's done. Let's see if we can create the user now. Awesome. So you can see how powerful this is. We were able to create the user, and we can literally do anything with this. So we have successfully escalated our privilege, and you can see with a simple mistake how what a disastrous effect it can make. So make sure you make your policies properly, and I'm going to cover mitigations for this issues in the next session. For now, let's destroy the setup we have created on AWS with cloudgoat.py destroy IAM privilege by rollback. So this command is going to destroy all the vulnerable setup that we have created on AWS, and you won't be billed for these resources anymore. So make sure, this is very important. If you don't do this, you are going to be charged continuously as long as you don't do this. And definitely I won't be responsible for any of this. You will hold the whole and sole responsibility for everything you do. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video, and please give a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with others. and if you want to support me, the Patreon links are given in the description. All the other important links are given in the description. You guys are awesome. Have a nice day.